Barbara Levin from the Abraham lineage of the S-cube family. S-cube represents the descendants of the Schussen, Sussen, and Sussen family. Same family, different pronunciations. My family pronounced it Schussen. At the end of May 2020, members of the S-cube family had a virtual reunion. There were about 100 people who attended from 6 countries. One of the things that struck me was that some people didn't know exactly what their lineage is. It's not surprising. Elkanah and Tobiah, the matriarch and patriarch of the S-cube family, or at least as far back as I'm basing this channel, were born in the 1840s, almost 180 years ago. They were born in Tells and had 10 children, 7 of whom survived to adulthood. There have been a lot of surnames in that intervening time. I'm going to have a series of videos, starting with this one, looking at the surnames associated with each of the 7 children in the lineage. We're going to start with the oldest, GitaMira's. And if you think you might be part of this large lineage, then take a look at the many names. If you aren't sure, feel free to email me at s3tells@yahoo.com. I will do my best to see if there's a match. First, let me give you a brief history of GitaMira's. The oldest child, as I mentioned, GitaMira's, was born in 1871. She married a man named Bara Klotz, and they lived in Tells. They were cattle ranchers and ran a boarding house. GitaMira's, who was called Gittel, and Bara, who is often referred to as Beryl, had 9 children: Max, Victor, Zvi, Yitzi, Yaakov, Chon, Shula, Ella, and Tobiah. Max and Victor emigrated to Minneapolis, sponsored, as it happens, by my grandfather Abraham, and they changed their name from Klotz to Cohn. Max and Victor were successful cattle ranchers, and they operated in the Midwest and the Mountain States. Max married Helen Levine, and they had 2 children, Harvey and Madeline, called Tootsie. Victor married Rose, who was a widow, and they had a daughter together, Joan, and Victor adopted Rose's daughter, Molly. Max and Victor sponsored their sister Ella to come to Minneapolis. She changed her last name to Cohn as well, and she married Hy Schwartz. They had 2 children, Sandra Schwartz, later Sandra Schwartz Kaufman, and Barry Schwartz. Eventually, Max, Victor, and Ella were joined by their sister Shula Klotz, who had married Victor Kropman in Tells, and their daughter Tobiah Kropman, who later married Leo Bennett, and Tobiah Klotz and her husband Victor Mintz, and their daughter Miriam Mintz. Confused yet? The remaining sons, Zvi, Yitzi, Yaakov, and Chon, all died in Lithuania when it was invaded by the Nazis. First, I'm going to share some photos I have of GitaMira's and Bara and their family. And a rare treat, the back of one of the photos contained a personal note written by GitaMira's to my grandfather Abraham. In Yiddish, she addresses it to my darling brother. And there are some early photos I'll share of the early years of Max and Victor and their family. Then, finally, for the last minute or so, I'll display the names in alphabetical order that I've unearthed. This is not a complete list by any means. Enjoy.